Hello, how are you? If you're good, great, happy. If not, I'm glad you're here. Um, yeah. Today I had a thought. I'm still on my downer, so bear with me for just a second. But I did have a thought that the entire existence of humans, I'm wondering where this is all going. Like, apparently, we existed for hundreds of thousands of years as I don't want to say subhuman, but Cro-Magnon or just humanoid or whatever. And eventually we got to Homo erectus, and that's who we are right now. And we got big brains, and we were able to figure out stuff. We gathered and we socialized. We created language. We multiplied and expanded across this planet. And we adapted to the environments that we settled in, all to get to this point in 2026. We've expanded into every corner of the earth. We've drawn lines and said, this group of people now live in this box, and this other group, you have a different box. And we drew lines around those boxes where we all decided how we would govern each other. And we decided that maybe some boxes had things that we wanted that we couldn't have natively in our box. So we figured out a way to trade stuff with them to get stuff we needed. And then we invented stories about how we got there, who put us there, what made all of this stuff. And there are literally hundreds of different stories as to how that happened. And then we started fighting over whose story was correct, about whose creator was the real one. Even later, we found people who looked differently than us, whose language was different than ours, and we fought over that. And it's just been millennia of people who want to be right. They think that their stories are right, that their language is right, that how they look is the way you're supposed to. The argument comes in and the battles come in, and we pretend that those other people are somehow less than. There were even times where we decided that we had dominion over people who were different. We bought and sold them. We used them as we use oxen in the fields. I'm not even sure humans should be here. We were given this amazing place that had literally everything we needed, and it wasn't enough. We decided that we could farm the land and make more food for more people. We raised animals that we would slaughter and eat. We would cook them on fire that we invented because we rubbed sticks together and made heat, or banged rocks and made a spark and it caught fire to dry grasses, and then we could use that fire to cook meat. We're so smart. We are big brain mammals. We figured it out. And we just waste it. We are capable of so much. And what we choose to do with it is embarrassing. We choose to find people who are different than us, who think different than us, and we tell them that they're wrong. Or even worse, we hurt them. We want to force them into what we believe is best or right. Some of us create the most amazing sounds from our own voices or from instruments that we invent. Maybe started on banging on pieces of wood or rock, or we figured out how to stretch the skin of an animal across a gap, and then we discovered that that thing made an interesting noise. We found a reed that had a hole in it, and then it made a sound, and we put a different hole in it, and depending on how our fingers were on these holes, they suddenly made different noises. And we're so smart, we were able to figure out a way to make all those standard sounds, and then we could put the sounds in sequences and play several sounds at the same time to make things called chords. We were so smart. We found pigments, and we were able to make medium. We could smear this medium onto a stone wall, the inside of the inside of an animal skin. We were able to put all these colors together, and we created images of the things that we could see. We were so smart. And what happened? Everything we had just wasn't enough. We had to have more, so we organized and we went to different places, and we took what they had because we wanted it. We thought we were right to have it. And meanwhile, every other group from different parts of the world, they all thought the same thing. And we had thousands and thousands of years of war. And as we got smarter and smarter, and the smartest people figured stuff out, we made inventions that could do amazing good. But the people who wanted more, they just decided that those things could also be used as weapons to hurt more people more permanently, more effectively, more efficiently. And that's how we are. That's how humans are. We were so smart. But we weren't smart enough to understand that we're all the same. We are all people. We decided that we would label people, that we would value people based on what they could do or what they could think of, how strong they were, how attractive they were. And we decided that there would be a hierarchy, there would be a caste system, that some people would be useful, some people would be artists, some people would be philosophers, some people would be soldiers, some people would be farmers, and the rest, well, they would just be slaves. I didn't start this video thinking that it would go here, but this is kind of where my brain is dumping out all this stuff today. And it's really because I watched the State of the Union last night, and I was pretty disappointed with what I saw. I saw one side standing up over 100 times to applaud and to cheer, no matter what this person giving the address was saying, no matter what lie he told, no matter what ridiculous thing that came out of his mouth. They all applauded. They all agreed. And the other side barely stood up for anything. But worse, they heckled. They yelled out. They tried to make statements and they tried to interrupt. It was embarrassing. The whole thing was embarrassment. The State of the Union is not an event. It should be a moderate speech where the leader tells us about what's been going on and what's to look forward to. It's to talk about things that they've done that have made our lives better, and things yet to do that can make it even better. It's not an opportunity to bring a sports team into the chamber and recognize them. It's not even a place where we should recognize war heroes. There are times and places for that, but at the State of the Union, all I want to hear is how things were, how things are, and how things are going to be. So I guess where I'm going with this is that after tens of thousands of years of evolution, of learning, of creating, of reproducing, expanding, we're all still just animals. Animals who react by fear. We are afraid of those who are not like us. And we use whatever power we have, whatever influence we might garner to put those down, to make less than. It's embarrassing that this is the best we can do. We're all just humans. And we were so smart. And I think we wasted it all. I'll see you tomorrow.